Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Rossi here from brand new Studs Podcast. This is more or less an audition tape. We're looking at it like this. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while for us to get, you know, around the world. Where one day, little Jeff out in I don't know, United Kingdom. We'll be looking back at this first episode and they'll be like, wow, these guys came a long way. Well, this first episode, we're really talk about what's going on right now, especially New England. So all three of us, it's just me right now, but all three of us are from New England, Rhode Island. Shout out Johnston, shout out North Smithfield or Burrville, wherever Buddy Keats from, but you'll be meeting them soon, hearing them soon. But we're going to talk a lot about what's happening right now. Our podcast is going to be fun. We're going to branch out into videos. We're going to branch out into a lot of other fun things. But it's going to be sports. It's going to be music. It's going to be video games. We're big 2K players. We're the worst 2K players that's ever seen in Xbox. But we're going to have fun with this. We're going to keep going with this. We understand it's going to take a little while. But we're going to have fun with this. And, we're going to get right into it right now. Tom Brady. Tom Brady, a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. I don't even know. There's two sides to it. And here's the two sides. You ready? For him, he deserved the respect. That guy deserved to make the most money out of any quarterback, more than Kirk Cousins, more than Garoppolo, even though I'm a big Garoppolo guy. More than, Breeze. More than all these quarterbacks. Because he's the greatest of all time, and he's been the best quarterback. Now, are there quarterbacks more talented than him? Absolutely. I mean, more talented. Russell Wilson. There's other quarterbacks that throw a better ball than him. Even Garoppolo can move around more than him. But they don't win. They can't win like him. They don't have the guts at the end of the game like he does. So, of course, this guy deserves as much respect as possible. So, from his aspect, I can understand completely wanting to leave a boss or a coach that you just can't stand anymore. I get it, of course. But from a Patriots perspective, this is the best move they could make. And here's why. Let's go back to 3-4 years ago when you had Brady, you had Jacoby Brissett, you had Jimmy Garoppolo. You had the three best quarterbacks. I think this was the 2016 season. You had the three best quarterbacks in the AFC East. The three best quarterbacks in the AFC East on one team, on the Patriots. As summer comes, training camp, I remember watching it. Brady didn't play, which was fine. Barely played. Garoppolo looked good, or he looked all right. He wasn't. When I talk about Garoppolo, I don't think he was the best practice player, but especially in the two games that he played, he looked unstoppable. Brissett goes off in that fourth preseason game, throws like 5 touchdowns. It was nuts. It was insane. And 2 days later, they trade him. So I'm thinking, Belichick's sitting there. He's like, Brady's going to be here, obviously. But Garoppolo's our next guy. So I'm going to get rid of Brissett. I'm going to take back Philip Dorsett. And then Halloween comes, and I don't think anyone could look at me and say Belichick was going to trade Garoppolo. So that's why he's, I don't think anyone, because why would you trade Jacoby Brissett? I'm not saying Jacoby Brissett is the best thing to ever happen to the Patriots, because he's not. But you trade that guy, and knowing you're going to trade Garoppolo 3 months later, absolutely not. You don't do that. But my whole point is they had that whole team. They had all those three quarterbacks right there. You had the future. You had the now, and you had the future. Now, could they have kept Garoppolo, especially with the way Brady ended up playing for the next 3 years? Absolutely not. You weren't going to keep both of them. Now, maybe knowing Brady wanted to get out of here, maybe you could have made a move and kept Garoppolo. I don't know. But you also got 2 Super Bowls out of that and made it to one and lost one. So at the end of the day, did they make the right decision? Yeah, they made the right decision. But for him to leave and for them to bring him not bring him back this offseason, it's the best move. And here's why. If you're going to commit to Tom Brady for the next, I don't know, 2 years, a year, even give him the Breeze deal, 2 years, $25 million a year. If you're going to commit to this guy for the next 2 years, you're potentially holding up this franchise for another 10 years. Okay, here's why. You're going to bring Brady in. You're going to try your best to surround him with weapons. I believe if Brady really wanted to stay and they were going to keep him, they would have traded for Stephon Diggs. Or they would have traded for DeAndre Hopkins if they knew they were on the table. They would have had the 2007 offseason where they had Randy Moss, Wes Welker. They would have done that. They knew all along he wasn't going to come back. So you would have traded what? 3 first? You would trade so many first round picks. Second round, third round. You would have depleted the draft for the next year, 2 years. Who knows if Stidham's really the guy behind him? Everyone seems to love him. You would have traded all those picks now for the future. You would have loaded up on this team. Yeah, probably would have made a Super Bowl. Yeah, we probably would have won one more Super Bowl. Maybe not. You don't know. Brady's 43 years old, but I tend to believe he probably would have won one more Super Bowl, Brady. But I don't know. I bleed the Patriots. Would you take that one more Super Bowl for almost 5 to 10 years of terrible football from the Patriots? Or would you suffer now, rebuild now, keep your picks, keep your veteran leaders like McCourty, like Slater, at least have that good locker room, and rebuild with Stidham? If they really believe Stidham's the guy, then rebuild with this guy. And then if you stink, you take a quarterback. I would even take a quarterback this year in the draft. I wouldn't bring in that one veteran. No way. I wouldn't give up any money for that veteran. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's no way you want to trade any picks or give $4 or $5 million to Cam Newton. Now, I like Cam Newton, but I'd rather see them go the young route and develop this guy. Because here's the thing. Here's another point. You keep Brady around for 2, maybe 3 more years tops. Belichick's going to be, 72 years old, 73? You think he's going to want to rebuild at 73? You think he wants to rebuild now at 69 or 68, whatever he is? No? You're only pushing it off. So this was the best decision on both sides. Now, seeing him go to Tampa Bay, oh my God. I never thought Tampa. My dream would have been him going to San Francisco, them releasing Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jimmy Garoppolo coming back to New England. That would have been the best. But seeing him go to Tampa Bay. Now, here's the thing, though. Tampa Bay's got a great offense. Great offense. You got Chris Godwin. You have Mike Evans. You have still O.J. Howard, even though his year last year was all right. You still have him. And you have Cameron Braid, I think. I think Cameron Braid's still on the team. Yeah, great offense down there. But here's the thing. Are they going to adapt to Brady? Is Mike Evans going to realize that deep ball is not happening all the time? Winston's not there just to huck it up anymore. You got Tom Brady. Do I think they adjust? Yeah. Do I think Tampa Bay can win the Super Bowl? Yeah. Do I think the Patriots can go 10-5 or 11-4? Or I'm sorry, 11-5 with Jarrett Stidham next year? Yeah. Because they still got the one big thing, Bill Belichick. And in the NFL, coaching matters. Coaching matters in the NFL. NBA, maybe not. Especially when it comes to playoff time. During the regular season, yeah, NBA coaching matters, but not during the playoffs. In the NFL, coaching matters. You saw what they did when they went to Kansas City 2 years ago and went on the road. Coaching matters. You still have Bill Belichick. You still have at least some good leadership with McCourty and Slater. And you got to think maybe Stidham's more willing to work with the younger wide receivers. with that being said, we're gonna record our first podcast later with Mr. Keith. He's gonna be joining us later. Like I said, we're gonna be branching off into sports, video games, music, definitely with me because I'm a DJ, so I love music. Um, but yeah, well, thank you for listening. If you like it, give it a share. We're gonna keep growing. Like I said, hopefully a year from now, 6 months from now, maybe 3 years from now, you guys will be coming back to this first ever podcast recorded in Rhode Island. You'll be saying, "Wow, this was a piece of garbage," or you'll be saying, "Well, they had potential, and I'm glad they're reaching that potential now." So, anyway, thank you, Studs Podcast out.